Hey guys, Fuchsia here. Today I'm going to showcase a deck that probably really shouldn't really exist. You'll see why later, but basically it's Item Shop Rune. The point of the deck is to use Item Shop and have your deck entirely made out of spells and amulets with no followers. Except we do have a follower, Virtual Magician, just because you need the board clear. And to pull him, you run 3 sorceries in Solidarity. And yeah, this deck is pretty good now. Like, it used to be a super meme, and unless you're playing in Unlimited, in which case it's a meme because you can't get to turn 7 safely. But recently, with all the support it's getting, especially like Madcap Conjuration and stuff like Sudden Showers, and of course, like Authoring Tomorrow, it's gotten really good actually. So yeah, it has issues to the game, I think. Like, I don't think a deck like this should exist in the meta, but yeah, we'll explore that later in the game, so enjoy, I guess. Okay, so the first game I wanted to showcase was against Swordcraft because side games decided to nerf Swordcraft, so apparently they think it's like extremely strong. And you'd think like a deck like Swordcraft that's really aggressive should work well against a deck like this, right? Especially because they're going first. But I'll show you how a deck like this can still win, especially against Swordcraft. So with the Witch's Cauldron, and they play the Shield Phalanx, and really, I think one of the things that I think make this deck like really like kind of bad for the meta is that it's just annoying. You know, it's one of those decks that are really annoying. Like, if you can remember to the old days, you can remember Dimension Shift. That deck was never really that strong, but the fact that you couldn't play anything against it, so it basically hinges on their luck and also like them just removing all of your stuff. That's basically what's happening with this deck. As you can see, I'm just removing stuff. Like, I don't care about anything. Just want to remove all their stuff. And in some ways, I think this deck is like less interactive than D-Shift, or at least less skill intensive, because what you need to do with this deck is prepare combo pieces. So you prepare combo pieces such as the 0 playpoint amulets, like the 0 playpoint Natural Great Tree, and also Spellbinder's Preparation. But other than that, you don't really care about anything except collecting cards until you get to turn 7. So at least in D-Shift, you had to always spell boost in order to activate the D-Shift. But in this, you just get to turn 7, and if you have your combo pieces, you basically win. And here's where the Virtual Magician comes in. Pulling him with Sorcery and Solidarity, just to always pull him in every matchup, because you'll always need him. And he basically negates the natural counter to this deck, which is super wide, super hard to clear boards, because he's one of the great. I think he's the best board clear Runecraft has. And since you're running a lot of Earth Sigils in this deck, it's not really a problem of proccing him, especially because he makes one Earth Sigil himself. One of the minuses is just that you're using a combo piece like I just did. But either way, yeah, here they go. I don't think they played the Steadfast here, probably hoping that I can't kill them. So here's the thing with Arcane Item Shop. Sometimes you can OTK them turn 7 if you're lucky, or if you have amazing combo pieces. But more often than not, you're going to kill them turn 8. Like, turn 8 is usually a definite kill. Either way though, because so that they don't evolve their samurai, I kill it. I just evolve the clay golem. And sometimes you can win just by aggroing them down with clay golems if you go first and you play Madcap Conjuration early, although that's quite rare. Here they decide to play Zelgania just for more stats, and getting that heal. Not sure if Kagemitsu is the best answer here just because of the low stats. But yeah, that's all you can do if you don't have an answer that kills the opponent with this against this deck. Just make the biggest board possible. And even then, I have just too many removal here. And like endless spells. Especially when you get also the face damage spells like Verdict Ritual. Like there's literally nothing that Sword player can do. He's just waiting. He's just hoping that I don't draw the cards I need right now. But when you have this many play points and you refund play points every time you play a card, it's basically over. Like you can't really come back from this. Especially with another Madcap to refill your hand. So here's the thing about Madcap, you use it just to refill your hand every time you run out of combo pieces. So it's usually almost endless. And you win. Okay, so this is the second match I wanted to show. This is kind of another reason why I think this deck is kind of problematic to have in the meta. And another allegory, not allegory, like an similarity to T-Shift. So it's a Runecraft mirror, but Runecraft can be a lot of things right now. But not really. They're either shop. The ones that are meta are either shop or dirt. And here, I'm hoping dirt. Why? Because shop mirrors are awful. That's one of the reasons why I really don't like this deck being meta. It's the same reason I don't like even though I love the deck, I don't want Pure Wardhaven to be meta, just because it would be so terrible. Like the mirror matches would be so terrible. Can you imagine a meta with a lot of mirror matches for Wardhaven? Well, as you can see, Shop Rune is not much different in terms of how terrible the mirror match is, because you basically just wait out your turns, because both of you know that as long as you get your combo pieces, it doesn't matter what's on board. You just win at turn 7. As long as you... Yeah, I think the other player knows this. It's just hoping I don't have the shop. So basically, the mirror match comes down to luck and going first. So, and going first is kind of luck too. So yeah, it mostly comes down to luck for the mirror match, and that's not very good. Like, that's not very healthy for a card game, I think, to have one of the top decks like only be decided by a coin flip basically, and whether or not they have the combo pieces instead of like how you play the deck. And as you can see here, I just destroyed them just because I'm going first. And don't get me wrong, you can still win by going second, but usually because they don't have the combo pieces to OTK you. So in the end it comes back to luck too. So yeah, really bad deck for mirror matches. And when you have bad mirror matches, it's not really good for the game if the deck that has it isn't meta. Okay, so this is the third game and the final one I'm going to show. It's against another Runecraft, so it's another Rune Mirror. But this time, I think they were playing Dirt. And Dirt, I think, has an okay matchup against Item Shop. They can chip you down and then kill you with Dark Mage. But yeah, I think the decks that can win against Shop kind of more reliably are like Shadow. If you can bait out their Virtualker early, and then create just a big board in one turn that I can't really clear before turn 7. Like that's basically the only way you can win against Shop, unless you're playing aggro. Other than that, it just requires luck. So here they make a great board turn 3. I think they even BM about it. So they think that this board is like super good, but item shop. I already played the Altering Tomorrow, which is super good because, you know, it just removes stuff. And to be honest, it's better against Sword, which has a lot of 1/1s. But here it's okay too. And he just goes face, like tries to kill me as fast as possible. But you know, as item shop, I don't really care about my HP as long as I get to turn 7. So that's the thing. That's the thing about item shop, is that it doesn't really matter your HP as long as it's not 0. Like I have one with item shop with like 1 HP. It doesn't really matter as long as you can get to turn 7 and OTK them, or at least get to turn 8 safely and then OTK them that way. So yeah, they make a good board here. I'm at 10 HP, but here's where the Virtualker Magician comes in. Like, here's the thing, Virtualker just puts this deck over the top because this deck should be weak to wide boards, but Virtualker just removes everything. That 4 HP board clear is so good. And yeah, here they just continue playing dirt, I imagine, so that they can charge up their Dark Mage. At this point, I think their Dark Mage is around 8. Yeah, that's pretty great. So they're probably feeling pretty confident. And this is a huge threat too. So I can't play my shop at 7. I just can't. But that doesn't mean I lost, because they haven't gotten to their Dark Mage turn. Here's the other thing about shop. Going second, even not in a mirror, is also terrible, because your goal is to get to turn 7 safely, and going first, that's a lot easier because a lot of the power swing turns of other decks are also turn 7. So if you're going second, it's actually a lot harder to survive to turn 7 and turn 8 than if you're going first. So actually, it's also a coin flip of whether you can win more easily or not. Now here's the thing, they board lock themselves here, and they only have 1 damage on board, and they can't play Dark Mage. So here, because I don't have item shop, I have to sacrifice it to survive. I just wait, because you know what? The thing about item shop is that you can also tutor it because it has invocation. So you just conserve an evolution point, and there you go. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for board locking too. So yeah, if you're not careful, this can happen to you. Like if they didn't board lock themselves, they could probably win. But because they board locked themselves, I win because I could just tutor my my shop turn 10. Yeah, just play out the cards, and when you have this many play points as item shop, you just basically never run out of fuel and just win. Just like that. So yeah, guys, that was the games and the reasons why I think this deck being pretty good isn't really a good thing. Like, is it fun to play? Oh, most definitely. It's really fun to play. Is it fun to play against? I wouldn't say so. Like, it's in the same vein as D-Shift in that in D-Shift or Spell Boost Rune, in that playing Spell Boost is really satisfying and really nice to play. And this is really nice to play too, but playing against them is not very fun. And to add to that, mirror matches are just not fun at all. So it's really good that this deck, even though it's good, it's not top tier. If it's like top tier, I think the game would be so terrible. I think it would really need to be nerfed immediately, just because of like those points. Like, mirror matches are so bad. Like, playing against them, not without being a super aggro deck, is also really not nice. And the thing that kind of bothers me too is that a lot of it relies on luck. Like a lot of it relies on can you draw the virtual magician before you play the item shop? Are you going first because it really increases your chances of winning? Do you draw your arcane eaters and your traveler's respite, or the spellbinder's preparation? Like this deck really relies a lot on luck. Like, don't get me wrong, it takes skill to play whichever cards to survive until turn 7, and then use your removals effectively so that you can remove their board while OTKing them. But like, sometimes you just, for example, run out of fuel, play Madcap Conjuration, and just have nothing to play afterwards. So yeah, is it a fun deck? Kind of to play, not fun to play against. Very good. Hopefully it won't become better. But yeah, guys. A lot of people don't like this deck, and I can see why. Oh, anyways, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Give me a sub if you loved it. And yeah, have a good day.